Hi, it's Alan with the Godland Prophecy Development Team, and I'd like to introduce you to what prophecy dashboards can help you visualize in your operations at your facility. Prophecy was built from the ground up to enable the efficient and clear viewing of near real time data across your organization, all the way from your plant floor to your boardroom. Prophecy package is offered with a number of pre-built dashboard screens that enable your operation to get up and running on what we found many manufacturers like you demand from the data that Prophecy provides from their machines. But it also lets you view your own choice of information, such as charts, gauges, graphs, tables, whatever layout you would choose to create. Dashboards provide non interactive or minimally interactive but dynamic current production and maintenance heads up information displays, like an Andon type display right on your shop floor with a big screen LCD TV mounted over a machine or set of machines. We can do minimally interactive, as would be the case you'd probably want out there on the shop floor for the operators just to view. We can make fully interactive data set explorer type interfaces, which I'll show you here shortly in the dashboards as well, in case you wanted to do types of reporting, any kind of drill down queries for production, downtime reporting and analysis for the maintenance guys, you name it. The non-interactive mode is essentially a pre-built screen that's going to display a read-only type of information. It's going to update automatically all the data on it at a predetermined interval, but it's not going to permit interaction. So we use the full screen button in the navigation bar over here, or we can use the F11 key to go full screen. That'll give us a little more real estate to work with here. And we're going to be toggling back and forth between the full screen and the designer section quite a bit here, simply because I'm going to flip the screens pretty quickly through here. So hope I'm not going to give you guys motion sickness. But in any case, the data connections over here on the right-hand side, when you create a new dashboard, we're not going to go through and create one totally from scratch. But when you create a new dashboard, you give it a name, 1, 2, 3, whatever. And you can give it a description here. So once you save that, you basically set the data connections up beforehand, and an administrator would typically do that. And then the data sources are picked from the data connections. That's pretty much what gets done in here. You can build grids, you can build pivot tables. You can pull any of these bar charts, graphs, scatters. There are date pickers, calendar pickers here. So you can mix and match. You can even convert certain types of visualizations to other types in case something gets a little busy or a little confusing. You can set some bitmap images in a background, maybe have the piece of equipment that you're doing the charts and graphs about. The refresh interval down here is selectable anything from 1 minute to 2,880 minutes, which is 48 hours. I don't know why you would want your data to only update every 2 days, but hey, it's available. So you can set it for 2 minutes or something like that. And then you can save that out. And like I said, I'm not going to go through, this is not a tutorial on how to create dashboards from scratch. It's pretty much just an intro to dashboards today. But in this case, we're going to the dashboards. We're already here. And we're going to pull down some of these cycle time, downtime, OEE, and scrap reporting. These are the 4 basic types of dashboards that we install on most every standard Prophecy installation. First, we're going to start with the cycle time analysis. This page has a date filter range. You can filter on the work center, machine, like if you have a particular mill you want to look at. Shift, you can set your shifts up. You have first and second. If you have 12-hour shifts, first, second, third. For 8-hour shifts, you can even filter in by operator. So we've got several things on this screen. We've got obviously the filter section, which is pretty much going to be on any of the analysis type screens, not the real-time reporting screens that you would have for an operator to visualize necessarily. You've got the data grid down here, which is the raw information with some timestamps on it, the item you were producing, the job it was running under, the machine it was on, the operator shift, and so on. And then the actual blood and guts data. Then we have a visualization of the cycle time that that machine was running on a particular part. It gives you the min, max, average, and ideal cycle time that comes from the job in Sightline, for example. Anytime you see these arrows that fly out, which you'll see on the data grid, and on the cycle time graph, you can make it fly out and it will fill the entire screen. Now, when I say fill the entire screen, I'm not in full screen mode, so I'm going to hit F11. It's going to put us in true full screen. So this is going to be something like what you would see on the plant floor and give you the most real estate to visualize this. This would be the ideal mode for hands off. Now, when you're done, in the interactive side, when you're done, you can simply click this little orangish red fly in with the arrows. It's fly out to maximize and fly in to minimize. Anytime you see a box with the arrow out, means you can export that data to CSV, PDF, or a bitmap. So PDF, bitmap, CSV. So that becomes handy because you can take that into other reporting tools and analysis tools. Just something that's very handy to export the data to your own machine for your own analysis offline from Prophecy here. Next one we've got, that's the cycle time. So next one we got is the downtime reporting. Again, we have a filter section, got a data grid section. This is pretty standard, but it doesn't mean that you have to put your data in these formats. You can move your elements around to suit your needs. Now, what we've recently done, starting with version 4.2 of Prophecy, is we've added a downtime stripe tool, and we've integrated that into the dashboard. It comes really handy to have this in here. You can define your run states. If you're running slow, you're stopped. You can change the color codes. And what's even better about this is you can go in after the fact, after a down or slow time, and you can put a reason code in. So what we've got here, for example, on the runtime totals here, you see that we were running 1.4K minutes out of 1,440 minutes a day. And part of that was in run. We're only looking at this one sample here for 24 hours. And you'll see down here in the downtime reasons, the operator or someone put in information that 18.1 minutes of that stop time was responsible because the cause was broken tooling. So you know what's responsible right away. And you don't have to sit there and guess after the fact. The operator can be putting those types of information bits right on the display on his own diagram, on a Prophecy diagram that he has at the operator workstation. So this becomes really nice to have later on if you've got more complicated setups here where you've got some real downtime reporting, some downtime issues you want to clear up on machines. So next one we've got after downtime is OEE. OEE stands for Overall Equipment Effectiveness, and it's really handy for finding out if your machines are performing up to par. An OEE is a number that's calculated from availability, performance, and quality factors, and they give you a number between 0 and 1. World-class OEE is typically in the 0.7, 0.8 range. And again, it varies by industry, by machine, by your own company's policy. Different types of studies would have to be done to determine what the optimum OEE would be for a given job, machine, task, part, and so on. But exceeds the scope of what I'm talking about right now. But basically, you can go in here and do the same types of exports, imports, fly out, fly in, just like we were able to do with any of the other dashboard items we've been showing you today so far. Same types of filtering information. You can filter by operator, same types of things, same by machine, by shift. And then finally, we have a scrap reporting dashboard. This one comes in handy. Again, it's got a filter section. I went ahead and put in a 10-inch gear when I opened this one up because I noticed on that other grid over there when we flew that one out that it was a 10-inch gear that we were having the issues with. And in this case, the operators put in, when he inspected it, the 3 parts were rejected because they simply couldn't be repaired, and 1 part had poor material quality. So it tells you the time that was generated, which might be important if maybe there was a power failure or something like that, and something was out of tolerance when it spun down and started back up. But in any case, this gives you some really good visualization and drill down information that you can utilize to make your processes and your plant function more smoothly. So again, my name's Alan. I'm with the Godwin Prophecy Development Team. If you guys have any questions or issues or would just like to discuss what we can do for your plant, you can certainly give the Infor sales representatives at Godwin a call, and they'll get a hold of the Prophecy team, and we can help get solutions set up for your facility. Thanks for taking the time.